So, hello everyone, and welcome to today's edition of TED Listens. I'm Ted Wigzell from Your Business Community. We've identified that small business owners are good at what they do, but struggle with other areas of expertise. I'm joined this morning by Dr. Katherine Bean from Davana. Welcome, Katherine.
Thank you.
Could we start with if I asked you to introduce yourself, please?
Certainly. So, hello everyone. My name is Katherine Bean and I am from Davana. I have a PhD in electrical and electronic engineering with a specialty in AI, chip design, and chaos theory. In my day-to-day work, I help businesses to bridge their sales and marketing. That is to help their sales gel with their marketing and their marketing to gel with their sales, which, if I'm not mistaken, is probably what we're going to talk mostly about today anyway. So,
I'll leave that up to you, Catherine. Thank you. What do you think are the biggest challenges facing SMEs at the moment?
if we ignore the hubbub that is currently ongoing with the tariffs and all of that coming out of the States and all that uncertainty, which I think is going to be a problem for many people, even if it's just in their mind rather than an actual problem because it's being blown up hugely by the media at the moment. If we start focusing on what I think are the real challenges facing SME, I think the number one is time. I think people just don't have the time to do everything that needs to be done. They are, what should we call it, time poor and overwhelmed with, I'm going to say tasks, because that might not necessarily include just work. Because work implies things that are perhaps fee earning or to help running the business. But actually, I think they probably are snowed under with things that are perhaps a little bit more than that. I think businesses are struggling at the moment to get new customers, new clients, because, well, that's the lifeblood of the business. You need to nurture the customers and clients you already have, and to grow, you need to get more. If we couple that with the cost of living crisis that we've been going through, inflation and all that, the current set of tax increases, national insurance, and those kinds of things, I think are just making a difficult situation more stressful. I think people are trying to get more done with less, I'm going to say effort, but by effort I mean people time. Once again, time poor, task rich. So trying to get more done, I think, is something everyone's trying to do. And I think perhaps the thing that people overlook the most is it's difficult to win new clients. There are so many voices out there all shouting for attention. And so you have to make sure that you're joined up. Your sales, your marketing have to be producing the same message to the same people, and they have to be doing it consistently. Because if you're not, then, well, your competitors will probably be trying to do that and they'll be snapping up the business. So, yes, those are the things at the moment that I think are the biggest challenges facing SMEs.
Thank you, Catherine. You've very adeptly identified the challenges. How do you recommend they overcome them?
Oh, you can't. There's no solution. Just give up now. But if you're going to take the more positive approach and you're going to have a stab at it, well, then I think first up, understand your customer, right? And I don't just mean who's a possible potential customer for some time in the future, but who are the ones who actually buy from you at the moment? And who are the ones who are like them, who you'd like to buy from you in the very near future? So identifying real customers, not, I'm going to say, synthetic ideal customers, and talk to them directly and not worry about missing out on other opportunities that might exist if you were to do something differently. They might exist, they might not, but if you target your actual niche customers right now, today, you will get some traction with those. And I'm saying that because our tagline, if you look above my head here, right? It says cultivate, accelerate, dominate. And that's deliberate because the idea is that you cultivate your target audience. That is the people we were just talking about. Then you accelerate them through your sales process so you can dominate your market niche. That's what we basically try and do for our clients. And the point of that is to give them an idea of what to expect from us. So we're offering that, but we're suggesting everybody else should be doing it too. To do all of these things, you need the right tools, right? And that means tools as in software, tools as in processes and procedures. It means tools as in understanding what's going on in your business and in the wider business community. I was asked once by a marketing manager, what is it that you do that I can't do? And I stood there for a moment and then I said, nothing. There is nothing that I can do that you can't. I do have one advantage that you don't. And he said to me, "Ooh, what's that?" I said, "I have time." That's what we're bringing. We're bringing expertise and time. And if you have the time, you can start to do all of these things that people omit doing because, what did I say earlier? Time poor. So, yes, I think those are the things that people can do to start overcoming these problems.
It's very true, Catherine. There's a lot of noise about AI at the moment. How do you see that playing out, and maybe the use of other tools as well?
All right, so AI getting lots and lots of hype. It's a big, big topic. And I'm going to suggest to everyone that AI is a tool, just like any other. You probably have customer relationship management software. You probably have audience analysis software. You're probably doing all these things. AI is just another tool out of that whole set of tools. Does that mean that it's the only thing you should be doing? No, it's not. You should be using it as a tool. And at the moment, there is a huge amount of push to do everything with AI. And because people are time poor, some of I'm going to call them, I'm not going to say less reputable, but people who are trying to get AI to do anything, everything. And so what they're doing is they're coming up with offerings to say, here's an AI tool. It can run all of your social media marketing. Who doesn't want somebody to come in and run all of their social media marketing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, poof, and it's all taken care of. No effort by me. That sounds pretty attractive, don't you think? But how does it really work? They scrape your website, they ingest all of your marketing materials, and then they let their bot free on the internet to post in your name. Well, to my mind, that sounds absolutely horrific. You've just had this AI bot now take over your social media. No verification, no idea what it's posting, but it will be posting as your business. To my mind, that is dereliction of duty in the part of the marketing of a business. Because AIs have a habit, the generation ones, of just making stuff up. It's called hallucination, but from a practical point of view, the AI bot just makes something up, which may be true, it might not be. It might reflect well on you, it might not. But the question is, are you prepared to take that kind of risk? And I would suggest that that's actually a very bad risk to take. Use the tools, absolutely, but always verify what the production of the tool is before you make it live. Edit it, check it, make sure it speaks in your company voice, make sure it uses your company language, make sure it is you. And the only way you can do that is to make it you. And I'm not going to say don't use the tools because there are all kinds of fantastic things. Video generation is becoming the new thing where you can make 10, 20-second video clips. Text creation, everybody's probably using that already to some point, image generation, and voice narration. So you can create videos using, I don't know, something like PowerPoint, and you can have them narrated by an artificial voice. Well, that now means instead of you going, I can't stand the sound of my own voice, have them narrated by actually a professional who has lent their voice to be used as an artificial voice. So there's plenty of scope for AI to help. And I think that's the important thing. You treat it as help, as a tool, rather than just going, run amok on the web. It'll be fine. It probably won't. At least it won't be in the long run. So, I'm going to say AI is a tool, but don't forget all the traditional tools like photography. You need pictures of yourself. You need pictures of events you're at. You need pictures of real world things. You can't just use synthetic images for everything. Time and a place for each tool. Is that enough, or would you like me to talk more?
Well, I will just say one little thing and let you carry on. So, in conclusion, what other thoughts have you got?
Create a plan and stick to it. That's the best way to move forward in what we will call uncertain times. And I think the next 6 months are probably going to be more uncertain than the previous 6 months. I think if you can ignore all the turmoil that's currently going on, because most of it isn't really affecting the UK directly, right? Most businesses are not exporting to the United States. And if they are, there's 10% tariffs. It's not the end of the world. It might be a little awkward for a while, but it's not the end of the world. And stay positive. And I'm going to say, if you feel like your business could grow and you've liked some of what you've heard, then please get in touch. I'd be more than happy to have a free consultation and a chat, and we can see what we can do together. And if we can't, we'll let you know that we can't help you.
Thank you, Catherine. I think I'll just qualify what you just said by saying today is April the 10th and tariffs are 10% today, but who knows what happens later today and indeed in the immediate future.
I agree.
Yeah. So we will be inviting you to be the presenter at an upcoming webinar where members and guests can ask you their own questions. So thank you for your time today. That was today's edition of TED Listens. You may have found this on our YouTube channel. You could have found it on our website, which is yourbusinesscommunity.co.uk, and you will be able to find it very shortly on our social media. So thank you. Thanks, Catherine.
Thank you, Ted. I look forward to it.
Yeah.